Right guys, let's go with this music, new intro music that they've added in a recent update. These are the planes I've got on Normandy Airfield. Cool planes, B-38 there's a BF-109 there. That's a Yak, which I put in a trench because I couldn't land the damn thing. But I'm going to show you how to land a biplane. And by the way, if you want your guys to be able to sprint fast, just give them a bayonet rifle. There's a Russian IL-2, that's the BF-110, that's the US A-20G Havoc. Which is in the Normandy Allies campaign, but I really like, obviously the biplanes are very easy to take off and everything. This is from Moscow. This is the Axis one, but the Russians have also got a small, really tiny biplane, dead easy to take off, dead easy to land because they're high power to weight ratio, but also because they got two wings, they got more lift, and they are very easy to land. So if you want to learn how to land, use these. Taxiing out onto the runway. Obviously what you're doing is I'm turning left and looking to check sort of bearings to line up with the airfield, and I'm powering on, but I'm using the brakes, as in the wheel brakes. You've got to be careful with the brakes on a biplane because it will tilt it forward, and as you speed up we dip the nose and lift up, and there we go. Have a look to see how rapidly we've managed to climb. Look at that. That is a really easy takeoff. Sometimes you don't even need to use the flaps to take off in these. So there we go. What I'm going to do next is check the map. I'm going to put a mark on the map once I've leveled out. So check, there's the airfield. What I'm going to do, what I always do, is I put a mark on the map so that I can find the airfield easily on the way back. So that's what I check. There we go. Zoom in and mark on the end of the runway. Right, so there's the runway down there. Got it zoomed in. I actually prefer to land zoomed in, and I've got the FOV on the aircraft really tight now because it just helps you with landings and it helps you with spotting things in the distance on the ground. It doesn't help trying to find other aircraft, but you can look around, so it feels a bit claustrophobic. So I'm bringing it in. What I do is I cut the engine very early. There is another example where I actually didn't cut the engine, but here I just felt confident I wasn't going to lose too much airspeed, so I cut the engine very early and let it drag down. And you've got to point the nose up because you've got the tail wheel, and obviously the final position is with the tail pointing down. That's bouncing up and down because I'm trying to use the brake. That's another one, by the way. You can't fly that one because it's actually in a hangar, which I've accidentally removed. And so I decide here, I might as well once the engine's died, I finally think, well, I might as well start it up again and taxi it back to the hangar and then turn it around. Another quick tip that's very useful is that if you want to turn these aircraft around, you can actually turn them really easily on the brake. You just use the power and try and use the rudders to go left and right. It doesn't really work, but you can turn them on the spot by holding the brake down like I'm doing here at the same time as applying a bit of power. So what I'm doing is I'm holding the brake, then apply power, and it will just turn on the spot. So you can get it into a nice position, and you can even turn an aircraft on the, you get down to the end of a runway when you've landed it, and you can actually turn it round and drive all the way back down or take off again using the entire length of the runway. So that's a very useful little tip that you can use there. I love the planes in this. Look at that. They're beautiful, perfect condition. I love biplanes anyway because I'm a bit of a World War I enthusiast anyway, and I love the fact that they've got biplanes in this game. And this one just looks particularly beautiful anyway. I just like it. It looks yummy. I just wish they had the SOP with camel or something. Biggles. Anyway, see you in the next video and I'll land some more planes.